All right, everyone, it's Mr. Ops here. Today we're going to learn how to use our GDC to do a lot of one variable statistics. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my lists and I'm going to do some statistics, which if I click on the stat button, and then I'm going to edit these things, which is number one, I hit enter. And you might find that your lists have information in it. To do it, what you want to do is you want to go on top of it and you go clear, enter. Okay? A common mistake that people do is they go on top of it and they hit delete. And they're like, uh-oh, I just lost my list 1. If that happens to you, you go to stat and you're going to setup editor. Number 5, which means I want to reset it all up to normal, hit enter. And now when I go back to my lists, it's back. It has all the information on it. And so I clear and enter on that. And then I'm just going to go and I'm going to type in all these values. I'm going to go 51, enter, 50, enter, and so on. I'm going to go I'm just going to do the pink ones here, just the bands, all right, and enter them all in. Okay, so now we have both lists of numbers into my calculator. I want to go and I want to find the mean, the median, standard deviation, etc. All these values here in the pink table. To do it, I'm going to go, well, I'm doing statistics, so I click on statistics, and I want to do a calculation. I'm going to go to calculation, and I want to do one variable statistics. And so this screen comes up, and so the list I want to do it on is L1. My frequency for this one, I'm going to delete it. I want it blank. The frequency, because each of these numbers on my list, on the list here, just count for 1, right? I want a 30, a 30, a 30. I don't want like 10 30s. So I want the frequency list to be blank. And then I'm just going to hit calculate. And I see all these numbers here. And if I look at them, if I look at the mean, 36.19, I have 2 different S's. This is S and this is sigma. That means standard deviation as well. We are looking at the S value. The fact that there is an arrow here means there's more information. And so if I go down, I get my 5-number summary. I have my minimum, my quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and my maximum. And if you compare them, you can see that they're similar, but they're not the same. Interesting. Maybe I mistyped one number in. We'll look and see how you guys do. Okay, I'll stop, pause there. Go ahead. Okay, so now that we have all the 5-number summary and all our statistical summary created, we're going to now do a box and whisker plot. And to do a box and whisker plot, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to go to my stat plot, which is in blue here. So I have to go second, y equals. And I'm going to go to plot number 1. It's already turned on. I must have already done this once. I hit plot 1. It's on. And I want to make a box and whisker plot. You'll notice there are 2 box and whisker plots. This one here, I think, is the better one because it will show us outliers. This one ignores outliers and treats it all as part of it, and it just makes the box and whisker plot. Okay, and I'm also going to make sure that I'm going to do it on L1. In my frequency, though, I want each value to count as 1. I'm going to just make it blank, and I'm going to have it as such. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom now. I'm going to zoom to statistics, which I don't know which number it is. Zoom stat, number 9. What it does is it says, oh, I have L1 in there. I'm going to look at the numbers on L1. I'm going to use that to make the window. So it does all the thinking for you. So if I hit number 9 for zoom stat, I sometimes get an error. What's going on here? Let's see. Okay. My plot. Let's go to my plot. I'm going to Go to here. Oh, I know what the frequency, I can't leave it blank. I have to put a number there. I'm going to put, I want it to be 1. But be careful here because it's typing alpha. I want to turn off alpha. I want the frequency to be 1. Let's try that. Zoom to 9. There we go. And you should get that box and whisker plot. Could you please try that? We made our box and whisker plot. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to make a histogram. If I want to make a histogram, I go back to stat plot, which is my second y equals, and I'm going to go to plot 1, and I'm going to change it to this one here as a histogram. And I'm going to enter, and I got my X list and my frequency, and again, then I'm going to go zoom to number 9, and I get my histogram. Okay, but at this point, I might do a little bit of tweaking with my window, because right now, I start at 55 and I go to 30, and I'm going, my scale is 4.2, so it's 4.2 between each of these numbers, which isn't very helpful to me when I'm thinking about bandwidth. So this is the 30 is here, 55 is here. So I'm going to actually, as opposed to making it 4, I'm going to make this number, I'm going to make it 5. Okay? I could also make it 4 if I wanted to as well. It doesn't really matter. If I see what now I get these bins here. So each of them, this is 30, 35, this is 35 to 40, 45 to 50, and so on. Okay? Try that.